Hei og hå, folkens over internett, og velkommen tilbake til en ny video. Mitt navn Bluedude, og vi skal fortsette på spillet The Stanley Parable, Deluxe Edition. I vår episode så har vi funnet en god del av de figurene, Stanleyene, eller hva man kan fortelle stemmen sa. Og vi har nå bare en figur igjen å finne, og hvis jeg husker nå også kanskje rett at det skal være også en ending som jeg ikke har sett.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow.
Yes,
Very lucky.
very.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Og den veien er inn til høyre her. Og for å komme til den siste figuren, og vi har jo allerede plukket opp en figur her i forrige episode, som var borti der, og vi fant også en annen ending gjennom en sjakt, en filtreringsluftanlegg gjennom et hull rett under her. Så det er faktisk en vei bort der som vi gå, og det er faktisk en vei der. Altså heisen skal jo egentlig gå bort der, og det skal vi gjøre nå.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Buckety, buck. Kan hvis du tatt bort B-en, så kan du hørt ut og ga det en annen bokstav.
Said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Inn i dette rommet her.
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Jeg føler at jeg er noe jeg har oversett her. Jeg har ikke lyst til å ta telefonen, jeg har lyst til å ta den av.
Hold on, why did you unplug the phone?
Jeg har ikke lyst til å ta
Were
noe
you trying to
telefon.
resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Komedie er ikke så
It's
lett.
sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Hva skal jeg se på?
What is comedic timing?
Skal du lære meg her nå?
Comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper.
Sure.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next,
Bluedude.
provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half. Pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I don't wanna do that.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invaders who threaten our very existence, and will very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Wow, dude.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it?
Tog litt lang tid.
I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Vi får gå tilbake da. Hvor de to dører du snakker om?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now? Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke.
I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Så jeg vil at jeg skal gå tilbake nå, altså. Ja, nå er rampen her borte, det var kanskje en grunn til det. Hvor er vi egentlig på vei? Altså, vi går tilbake da, det er jo en men hvorfor går vi tilbake? Han snakket om to dører, eller snakket om disse dørene han har.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Left. Vil jeg gå til der? Kan jeg gå gjennom denne? Nei. Ok, dette her er noe... Fra den guiden jeg ser, så er ikke noen av disse hoveddørene her du snakker. Du skal snakke om en rød og en blå dør, og det er ikke. Og jeg ser også et bilde fra stedet, så det er ikke dette her. Så jeg tror det må ha gjort noe annerledes. Hva om jeg går inn der han ikke vil at jeg skal gå inn? Ok. Det her er skummelt, du.
What? We're back at the phone already?
Really?
No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and...
Nei, den tok så lang tid. Jeg har ikke lyst til å se den der igjen.
Surely that will help me improve my...
Nope. Please don't.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Left. No. Hva om vi går tilbake samme rom igjen her nå?
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Oh.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
No. Jeg bare lurer på hva som skjer igjen hvis ser ut til å ha med telefonrommet igjen.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. They entered the door on the left.
Det ser ut til å gå i samme repeat hvis jeg går inn i den, så det skal vi ikke gjøre da. Så bare gå i der han vil at jeg skal.
You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone.
Wait, what?
Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this.
Det en form for ending da, med rulletekst og greier.
Jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what
Hva kan jeg gå ut på her? Nope.
More instructional videos.
Let's see. Vi kan se meg selv. Nei, ok. Fikk ikke lov til det, nei. Ja, jeg har lyst til å finne den siste figuren her da. Og så nå mener jeg at jeg skulle kanskje ta denne telefonen i stedet for et unplugge telefonen. Jeg lurer på om det faktisk det som det rette. Ok.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Yes. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded on.
Får jeg ta telefonen denne gangen da? Yes.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Jeg skulle ikke tatt bøtten med meg. Stemmer det? Eller nå ble jeg veldig usikker. For nå kommer vi til denne sekvensen her, noe som jeg allerede har gjort. Så vi skal ikke ta bøtten denne gangen.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Catwalk below, det denne her å snakke om da.
All this time? What? Really? Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Ja.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Skal jeg det? Men jeg skal ikke inn i den blå heller, for jeg ser en hvit dør som faktisk åpen her, og her er den siste figuren.
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Yes.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Wait, what? Han vil at jeg skal fortsette med det jeg egentlig skulle gjøre, men hva... Wait, what? Jeg tror det var noe... collectible locations. Men hvor er den veien da? Ja, jeg tenker vi har en liten plan her. En ny idé som jeg tenker å gjøre her. Siden jeg har nå funnet alle figurene her, slik jeg har forstått, så er det en form for ending etter alle figurene her. At vi tar den i en sånn egen video. Det har jeg lyst til faktisk. For jeg har jo egentlig rekordet nå nok til at det kan bli en video. Og jeg har lyst til å gjøre det sånn. Så neste episode får vi slutten på figurjakten. Yeah. Så hvis du da er ny til kanalen, må du selvfølgelig abonnere. Del om så trykk på tommel opp. Sett oss pris på oss, og inntil neste gang folkens, så snakkes med deg. Hei ho! Yo, listen.